All right, we're on learning objective 3.5. We're going to do 3.5, 6, and 7 together. They're all really short learning objectives, so let's get into it. We are talking about what is the purpose of and to prepare an adjusted trial balance. Remember the accounting process that we have over here? We did the unadjusted trial balance. That's what we did in chapter 2. Chapter 3, we've done the adjusting entries, and now we're going to do an adjusted trial balance. And I'm also going to pull up a worksheet that'll kind of help a little bit with some of this, the process. Let me get back down to where I'm supposed to be. Sorry. Does that sometimes when you flip pages. All right. So, um, first of all, we want to make sure that our debits and credits equal the same amount. Like I said in the previous chapter, if it's a computerized system, you're not going to have to worry about that because the system won't let you make an unbalanced journal entry. Okay. So journalize them, post them, and then prepare the adjusted trial balance. So here is the adjusted trial balance. In the previous video, we just had the unadjusted. Notice we now have some new accounts. We have that accumulated depreciation for the building and the furniture. We still have our little imaginary lines here between assets and liabilities and right there. So these are our assets, these are our liabilities. We have more of them now. And then we have owner's equity, revenue, and then everything else down below is expenses. Okay, so that's your adjusted trial balance. Then from that, we're going to prepare the financial statements. Okay, so preparing the financial statements, remember, they have to be done in order. So if you can hear me from the previous video, income statement, statement of owner's equity, and the balance sheet, and then statement of cash flows. Remember, I only want you to know statement of cash flows is the fourth financial statement. Okay. You're only going to have to prepare the first three for Principles of Accounting 1. We will add the statement of cash flows when we get to Principles of Accounting 2. Okay. So this is a really good summary slide. I always say some slides like this is a good thing to look at like 5 minutes before you come in to take a test. I would look over these, just, it's got a lot of condensed information. You can't read the whole chapter the hour before you take a test, but you can go through and review something like this really quick. Okay. So then we're going to talk about this process. And I've already shown you this. I just copied and pasted it over here as well so that you can see the process. There is some slides. They might be just a tiny bit different, but the general idea of the accounting process is this. Okay. Once we finish step 7, preparing closing entries, we're going to start all the way back over for the next period. And we'll do that again and again and again. Okay. So we're going to do closing entries in the next chapter that is to come. I went ahead and copied a worksheet here just to kind of start to get you familiar with this worksheet. Sorry, it's thundering here. So this is a worksheet, and I will never ask you to do one of these on a test, okay? The only thing I might ask you to do on a test, like when we get right down here, is calculating net income or net loss, okay? So if you look at, here's that unadjusted trial balance. So I'm just going to kind of mark those out right now. This was at step 3. Goodness. Okay, that was step 3 in that process right there. Okay, we made the journal entries. That is this next one column right here. So I'm going to draw a line here and here. This is your step 5. This is your adjusted trial balance. Doing it on this worksheet saves you a lot of time. This is probably, if you were actually doing one, would be a good Excel project. May think about adding that to the curriculum. That would be good. I'm always trying to find ways to add an Excel spreadsheet into all of my classes because I love it. So you can see this. One thing I want you to make sure of this step 4, just because you put these adjusting entries in this column does not mean they have actually been posted. They have to be done in a journal entry form. This is one of those things. It would be great to do a worksheet, and then it's real easy to go back to your computer system and post all of your adjusting entries. Okay. Sorry about that. I got that. Okay. So 3, 4, and 5. Once you get to these next section, you notice these are going to total the debits and credits equal. Okay. Once we separate them out between the income statement column and the balance sheet column, then I do apologize. I can't do anything about the rain. I'm recording this right now in the summer. It's just one of those little summer showers that pops up. And I really want to finish this chapter today, is where I'm sitting right now. So you can see everything up above here, those are balance sheet accounts. Everything down here is an income statement account. So once we separate them out, they don't balance anymore. Okay. The number that will balance these is your net income. Okay. If you do your income statement, you notice right here, that's your revenues. These are all your expenses. So you need that debit. I'm sorry, you need this debit on the debit column to find net income. And then net income will also balance out over here. Okay. This is the only thing I might have you do on the test. I might give you these balances right here. And I may want you to tell me what is the net income and what is the net loss. If you need a number to balance in these outside boxes, that is net income. If you need a number to balance them out right here, that would be your net loss. Okay. They have to balance. And so you don't even really have to think about it too much. Just know your outside boxes mean if you need to use those to make it balanced, then you have net income. The middle two boxes is net loss. Okay. That's probably the only thing I'm going to have you test. You do have some homework problems, especially that continuing problem where you're going to have to do a worksheet on there. But this is just way too time intensive for me to make you do all of this in a test period. So it works really good for homework assignment. Like I said, I might add that as an Excel project. We are done with chapter 3. I will see you in the next chapter, chapter 4.